Crimson Clad.
That's right. Let's see. Can you actually hear me? I'm a terrible DJ. We're going to figure it out, friends. Hey, welcome. Welcome back to Full Force Radio. My name is Crimson Clad. It's another Thursday. How did we get here? I don't even fucking know, but hello, friends. You hear me? I know. I quickly popped the button before we switched over because I am a terribly professional live streamer, my friends. Hey, welcome to the show. Tonight, probably going to be pretty fucking stupid, so I'm hoping that you are on board with that. It's always fuckery around here, and we're kind of rolling. I got some new lighting that I'm trying to make sure operates well. What do you guys think? I don't have the new camera yet. That's on the docket. Everything's coming together. I love it when a plan comes together, but tell me, how do I look? Do you feel like the lighting in the room is good? Do you feel like the sound is good? Do you have it in your mind that you would like to have some fun tonight? Because I would like to have some fun with you. Fabulous. Perfect. So, hey, welcome to the show. My name is Crimson Clad. And Thursday nights we chat. Well, Friday morning, Friday, Thursday. What time is it for you? I see some Aussies in the chat. I see you upside downers. Don't think I don't. Yeah, you look fine, I guess. Whatever. Perfection. Hey, hi. So I see Oz is here. I see many of you guys are jumping in. It's 6:02 p.m. Correct. For us. This is a global show. Please remember that I have people who watch the show from all around the globe. Nay, even all around the universe. It's good fun. 10 p.m. for Eileen. 10 for Eileen. Oh, I swear that I mean that tonight we'll talk about aliens. Yeah, so here's the deal. I didn't actually plan the music out tonight. Little bits and bobs, for sure. I am borrowing 3 a.m. for Gecko. It's a good thing you're a creature of the night. So here's the deal. A lot of the music is coming from a question that I asked this week because I was asking you guys, ooh, look at this. What's going on? You guys see this? If I leave the frame, the black freaks out. What is this? This is why I need a new camera. What's happening? What's going on? What are these? You know what? Doesn't matter. It's fine. You'll have to deal with it, flickers and all. It's part of the psychedelic experience. I am recording this, so, you know, whatever. What are these? What are those? So I have a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about tonight. And it's just dorky. It's a whole range of dorky. And we'll go from there. So for you guys in chat, you're always part of the show too. And lots of people don't show up till halfway through. That's fine. It's fine. They're late. We can point and laugh at them when they get here. And we could talk about some of the things on the docket. So stuff up this week. Aliens. Because aliens. What else? New Bill and Ted. I wanted to talk a little bit about stuff that has become sort of a viable, marketable item because of COVID that potentially won't last forever and maybe even not that long. And yeah, there's lots of stuff. And of course, canceled concerts. We got to pour one out, or the musical equivalent of pouring one out, for some concerts that have been fully canceled now, which is soul crushing. Absolutely soul crushing. So yeah, between that, your requests, some music that I've picked out, some brand new stuff. It's a mixed bag tonight, friends. I'm hoping that we can rustle up some more of the regular listeners and see if we can't get a party going up in here. I've definitely noticed that some people choose to watch on the website now, which is great. And that some people are watching from the Theta stream. Some people watch from Vim. Wherever it is that you choose to watch, I hope the quality is good for you. And of course, remember, you can chat wherever you want to chat. Although, if anybody pops into the YouTube, please let me know if it's working, because it was broken last week, and I was definitely supposed to fix it, and I definitely didn't fix it because I'm an idiot. So, if one of you guys could attempt to contact me from the other side, you know, we'll pronounce this room a clear if we can get it. Now, LP Faustus will be in later because he couldn't resist getting a curbside anal bleaching. Delightful. It is not working. Son of a biscuit. Son of a biscuit. Okay, that's fixable. If you guys don't mind, we're going to try and fix this together. So one of the things I noticed today, I'm going to tell you guys on the fly while I'm fixing this, is that I got some feedback, and I thought I would talk with you guys about this feedback. So one of the things that I was told, let's just log in here. Hang on. Uno momento, por favor. Let's do the thing. I'm logged in. Let's see. What's going on? Periscope, Twitch. My YouTube is gone. Oh, that's why, guys. YouTube has been completely removed. Those sassy motherfuckers. How do we add it? How do we fix it? I don't know. YouTube events? Connect YouTube events. Hang on. We're going to do it. We're going to figure it out. I'm sure this can't possibly be that hard. Crimson Clad. Connect. Allow. You guys are watching a real pro in action here. And by pro, I mean somebody who's not prepared for their own live stream and can't actually figure out what the fuck they're doing. Something went wrong. Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to do it later. I can't. Did they ban me? I don't know. Hey, Mr. Meeseeks, good to see you. Are you still on the shittiest camping trip ever? Matt Clark, hello. Also upside down. You know what? For tonight, the YouTube chat isn't working because I suck. I'm sorry. Did they ban me? We'll never know. It's a mystery. So here's the deal. I got this feedback. We'll call it Crim's mailbag, per se, because I know you guys are only here to find out what's in my bags, both crypto and wherever else a bag may be. And so I got this helpful tip. And this helpful tip was, if you want to get donations, which I hadn't really thought about, to be quite honest, in all my time doing this, I thought perhaps someday I'd sell you guys some merch with a real cheap profit margin, and then that'd be great. That's, I don't do it for money. And I'm certainly not marketable. If there's one thing I've discovered, when you swear like I do and you play music, nobody will put ads in your... Nobody will put ads in your streams. So whatever, you guys are too good for ads anyways. But somebody sent me this very helpful tip. And the tip read thusly. You know what you should do to allow yourself to get some money? Collect donations and let people fuck with your stream. Now, I didn't know this was a thing. Call me a bad live streamer. Maybe I'm just a fucking idiot. It's entirely possible. But this person was suggesting that there are certain interfaces out there that you can hook up to your OBS, you can hook up to your Twitch or whatever the case may be. And when they donate, you can give them control over some of your stream. Now, that sounds dangerous. And apparently for a long time there was a sort of trend of people could donate and like it would read, you could have text to speech read over the stream. Camera zoom options. Bad idea, says Mr. D. Yeah, maybe. And you know, to be very clear, we do have camera zoom options. Hold on, I'm trying to get up my own nose, but it's really hard. Would you pay for this? Probably not. Oh God, I can't zoom out again. Can you imagine if we get stuck like this? Oh no, that'd be awful. Okay. But so apparently there was this whole time where streamers would go out. It's a terrible idea. I love it. Hey, Marco. The idea was a streamer would go out into the real world, which is a disaster, and I'll never do that. And they would have this device with them that would read off, maybe it was their phone or whatever, that would loudly read off like text speech, and people would pay to embarrass the fuck out of them. Now, I didn't really realize that was the thing. It's terrible cringe humor, but I fell down this fucking rabbit hole because you guys know, you guys have been here long enough, you've been here for years. You know I'm a bad live streamer. Oh, It's not that up my nose. It could have been much worse. So I'm a bad live streamer. And I started watching these videos of live streamers who debase themselves in this way for money. And I thought, I'd do this for free. Wow. Maybe I need to raise my standards. But as I was watching this, I discovered that there is a program, and you can do it through Streamlabs, but there's a couple different programs out there, and they are AR filters meant for live streaming, and that they're actually mapped to your face and that you can wear them like a mask during your stream. Now, for some people, you can donate and like collect money and allow them to put things on you. And this was the suggestion that was sent to me in my mailbag. The suggestion was, "Dear Krim, would you accept donations to allow us to put a paper bag over your head?" I mean, how bad do you want that money, folks? So here you go. This is a thing. This is a thing that exists. This is something that people actually do. And I went down the rabbit hole. Now, no doxing, Marco, no doxing. I solemnly swear on a Girl Scout's honor, because I briefly was a Girl Scout, Girl Guide actually, that you know what, if you want to send me something in confidence, I will happily either read it on air or take it into consideration. I take in all feedback into consideration. Now, some of it I immediately crumple up and chuck in the fucking bucket. Some of it doesn't stay too long. But this person was like, no, seriously, it's a filter and you can pay, for 30 seconds to put a fucking filter, a bag on the streamer's head and da-da-da-da. And I thought, holy shit, this actually sounds fun as hell. Like, bag notwithstanding, face bag, which would obviously immediately raise my numbers. But I thought this sounds really fun. And so I totally want to, I totally want to talk to you guys later tonight. And also, this is amazing, Patient Zero. This is what you guys are going to get all the time from now on, 100%. So anyways, I'm going to show you guys a piece of software that I'm considering, and we're going to talk about whether or not we want to fuck with something like this and what you guys want to do. Now, this is notwithstanding, this is not a ploy for money. I just want to show you guys what exists, and do we think we could have fun with this? Because if we could, then in that case, I will do further research into this, and we'll just see. What we think, okay? So again, this is not to drag money out of you guys, but let's just see what you guys think of it. Now, speaking of starting up tonight, I've got a wide range of stuff. Some of the music is a little bit softer because I got lots of suggestions from you guys on Twitter for timeless metal songs. And you guys can throw in tonight as well, because I was thinking, this year is the year that just never fucking ends. What day is it? What year is it? Have we been here for a decade? No, it's been 4 hours. I don't know. It's a weird fucking year. And so that got me thinking about like timelessness in general and sort of the things that are happening this year that are so different and so uncomfortable. And also, it just seems like it's been like this forever. It's never changed. It's like a bad acid trip. I agree. Totally. Patient Zero, 100%. It's like a bad acid trip. Everything is melting. My walls are just fucking dripping with the insanity of the world. And I think I've been stuck here forever. I don't know, man. It's the 208th of March. Agreed. Yeah, 2020 date.today. Oh my gosh, there's a site for this. Now here's the thing. Viking Adventurer knows what's up. This is apparently an actual site. Is that amazing? Because I feel like that's just it. We should no longer talk about it in the year of our Lord or whatever. we should only talk about it in the reference to the before and after times of COVID. But so the reason, what is Oz you'd prefer? What would you prefer? Here's the deal. there are some tracks that are timeless. There's some metal music that doesn't really, that stands the test of time. There's a lot of metal, there's a lot of rock, there's a lot of pop, there's a lot of everything that goes in cycles. But there is some that is fucking timeless, and we're going to roll with some of that tonight. There it is, 2020.date.today. Now go wash your hands. It's March 208th, 2020. Oh, that's so depressing and valid. God, my God. So I'm going to start us off with some music from a tour that officially was canceled today. Now, for many of you guys, you don't care. A lot of you guys, your interaction with metal is coming to this show. We talk, we shoot the shit, we have fun. But you come and you end up listening to some of the music, whether you like it or not. That's the whole point. I jam it in your ears forcibly. Sort of consensually. Full force. Consensually force it in your ears. The ambulances are coming. Get out of here. So the deal is, one of the concerts that I was so excited for was actually an entire festival. And it was something that's been going on for years, and it's called Devastation on the Nation. Now, Devastation on the Nation is a traveling metal festival tour for North America. Now, North America does not get a lot of good metal, and when it does, it basically goes up and down the East Coast, and that's it. North America, in general, before it was on fire, like it is right now, Europe has always kind of had the lead in metal. And so getting European bands here to do big tours, if they're not huge, is really hard. Devastation on the Nation, the idea behind this concert series, tour, festival, is that bands that couldn't normally do it would be able to do it together. They'd put together a new lineup every year and bring great bands across the pond. Well, it was delayed last year. I was supposed to be flying to Montreal. I was going to see it in Vancouver and in Montreal. It was delayed last year. As of this morning, no good metal. Yeah, it's true. Nickelback. Good old Nickelback. My bad. As a Vancouverite, I'm sure people would be very disappointed in me. But here's the deal. Devastation on the Nation was officially canceled this morning. So the 2021 date will not be going ahead. That is soul crushing for me. I'm super bummed out. If you've been hanging out this year, I've been pumping this up. I've been sharing a lot of the music and the bands with you guys. And I've been really excited for this. And I was actually excited because 2021, I was still going to go to Montreal. I was still going to go here in Vancouver. I was going to take Lacey to go to this tour. I was hoping to see Mr. D and a bunch of the Montrealers for this tour. No dice. Officially canceled this morning. So I thought we would start off the show with a little something to try and sort of pour one out for Devastation on the Nation. And we'll probably play a couple of the bands, but one of the bands that I've not seen live in years and that I really would like to see is Rotting Christ. So we're going to actually start off with some Rotting Christ. And trust me, we've got lots of hard rock. We've got lots of sort of more traditional, timeless metal over the course of the night. So for every hard piece I'm going to play, I'm going to share with you guys some other fun stuff. And lots of classic stuff. Scorpions tonight. There will be, I had a request for some Metallica, and I know how much that makes everybody in chat lose their shit. We'll have a lot of fun. So if you're willing to stick around and maybe even come on air to chat, that's always an open option. But yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about stuff that's been canceled, new marketplaces arriving because of COVID and the inevitable decline of items in those marketplaces, which sounds not fun, but trust me, when we get there, we'll have some fun with it. And of course, play Alcest. Yeah, absolutely, Eileen. And we'll have some fun with it because there are some topics that I absolutely want to touch on tonight. So we're going to start with Rotting Christ. Hopefully you guys are A-okay with that. We're going to start with one of my favorite tracks from them, and I've played it a couple times for you guys, but I don't care. It's my fucking show, and I'll play whatever I damn well please. I'm going to play you a track called Heaven, Hell, and Fire. And for whatever reason, I can't reorganize things in my playlist, and it's very strange. So, you know what? It's good. We'll figure it out. It's all good. This is FullForce Radio. My name is Crimson Clad. You are watching here on MSP Waves.
is a universe. It can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven.
church that I know. My own mind is my own church.
Aw, yeah. There you go. Now, that's some classic shit right there, because there is not one, but two sort of classic thinkers in there. There's a quote from John Milton that starts it off, and it closes up with a Thomas Paine quote. Now, with all that being said, hey, welcome to the show. Hello, Al Pacino. Hope things are going well with you. Yes, so there's a couple of different things, but first things first, we have to drink Corbin Leveled Up. So, there's some of that ASMR for you, because I know all of you guys are just here to hear me get drunk and slurry on the air. I accept. Doesn't really work. I accept. So, cheers to you, my man. And wherever you may be, I hope you have something fun on the imbibables list tonight. You don't have to drink if you don't want to. Listen, I'm not here to pressure you. I will gently put pressure on you, and I will judge you if you don't drink. But coffee, tea, water is allowed. Stay hydrated, friends. It's all good. Alcohol hydrates me. Don't fucking judge me. Don't at me. Don't tell me I'm unhealthy. I know. All right, so now that we've started off appropriately. All right, so really all you want is for me to play 3 straight hours of whiskey jug music. I mean, here's the thing. I don't think I can get multiple notes out of this. I'm sure, Ron, you're a fucking hick. Tell me, is this like when you play woodwind? Is there an embouchure that you need to have to like alternate tones on this? Or do you just need to vary the level of the liquid? That's where it all comes from, right? Oh God, now I can't even do it under pressure because you're all watching. You know what? It's fine. Whatever. Forget it. There's no jug music tonight, bitch. I will have to practice a little more in the privacy of my own home. So listen. Fuck. I'm gonna work on it. Yes, embouchure. My embouchure. Oh, look, you see, Ron changed from hard eyes to just regular eyes there. He loved it until I was bad at it, and then it turned into judging. So, apart from the fact that we're all going insane with COVID and inventing our own absolutely terrible musical instruments, embouchure, by the way, is if you play a musical instrument, it is a lip thing. It's how you position your mouth to make noises. You have one for saxophones, you have one for flauts and clarinets. Trumpet has a very interesting embouchure, and then also, to play as an instrument. Listen, you play whatever you want in whatever capacity that you want. If you're going to put it in your mouth, I'm going to be here for you. I may not partake, but I will absolutely go. So listen, here's the deal. I was watching, Jason has dropped his Halloween costume, and that was something else I wanted to talk about tonight. So we're officially in crazy town. We're in crazy year. I don't know about you guys, but good old Trudeau, our terrible prime minister, just announced a whole bunch of shit with his throne speech. Now, you may not be Canadian, and I apologize for that. But if you are, Jason says, I'm a trombone player. No, I played saxophone. If you are Canadian, then you probably listened to this fucking terrible, terrible speech. But if you didn't, the gist of it is that it was just a bunch of soundbite word salad, completely useless. We need to fight for social justice, Indigenous people, Black Lives Matter, come together as Canadians, stop the handguns from doing the drugs in our schools, addicting our children to pornography, that kind of thing. It was complete bullshit, as per usual. But one of the things that he mentioned was basically, don't get together for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's fucked. No Thanksgiving for you. And maybe if you're all good and you all behave, you can get together for Christmas. So here's the deal. That's kind of, hey, Julia, throne speech. I don't know. That's what they call it. I guess because he represents the throne in Canada. Listen, it's Canada stuff. It's dumb Canada. And yeah, curb until June. If you need to, Jason's right. If you're Canadian, make sure you hit that glory hole on the way home. And so here's the deal. We were basically told, Thanksgiving, that's right out. Well, what comes after Thanksgiving? Canadian lives matter, I agree. And now let me just put this out there. me saying that a bunch of his speech was stupid is not saying that I don't agree with some of it. If half of the promises and topics that he said were important were actually important to him and actually something that he did actionable things towards, I'd be happy. But he doesn't, and he won't, and he isn't, and he's terrible. Okay, let's just throw that out there. So, true dunce aside, because we're going to get into some very Trumpy sort of talk here. Trudeau aside, he said, okay, Thanksgiving, right out. Well, what comes after Thanksgiving in Canada, because ours is in October, what comes after Thanksgiving that I fucking love? No hints for you. It's Halloween. What is Halloween going to look like this year? In a COVID world, what is Halloween going to look? I heard that magic of all magic, Halloween falls on a Saturday this year. It does. Halloween falls on a Saturday this year. And you know that everybody everywhere is going to be locking down Halloween plans. So, what are we going to do? All the kids can wear gas masks. I do have a Russian surplus gas mask. I'll have you know, I do. But so here's the deal. I wanted to talk about potentially doing our Full Force Fandango, because Halloween is a big thing for me. And last year we did Full Force in costume, and I was thinking maybe we could do something fun this year. It won't be on the actual day of, but I thought we'd chitty chat about potential party plans here that we could do together. Honey says, some crazy old lady will inject COVID into the apples. Yeah, you know, this is a thing. Was this a Canadian thing? Because I swear to God, this is something that apparently I tell a lot of people about and nobody knows. Like, maybe this is a Canadian thing. Parents used to be terrified that there would be razor blades in apples or that there would be needles in apples. Did you guys also have death apples? Is that a weird Canadian thing, or is that also a problem for sane people elsewhere in the world? Razor blades are passé. Yeah, of course. No, I know. It's COVID in the apples now. But I'm just saying, this is that weird thing that everybody talks about, everybody hears about, that I've never, ever fucking seen. Hey, Mariano. Thanks for give your kid a gun and send him out into the street. It's an Aussie thing too. Okay, so everyone in the world is unreasonably scared of apples with sharp things in them. So this year, the apples in your Halloween bag, if you go out, first of all, and you don't get locked up by the Gestapo, if you go out, we are terrified about COVID and apples. Hashtag COVID apples. Okay, that'll be the name of tonight. The name of tonight's show. Prepare for Halloween. Hashtag COVID apples. But I thought we'd plan about that, because I'm gonna put my eyeballs in, I'm gonna have some spooky horns, we'll wear some costumes. Hey, Snook! Okay, so Snook says crazy murder apples were already a thing. Okay. Patient Zero says the myth is that they fed the apples to the man with a hook for a hand, and that's how he dies, and that's why he haunts little children with murder apples. Ron... This Halloween, hashtag COVID apples. That's it. You heard it here. So I thought we would organize a Halloween party. Viking Adventure. I have almost the same one as you, except mine is Russian surplus. And it's only got the screw for the NATO canister at the bottom. Hey, Gypsy! So listen, it's a party now. Let's plan a Full Force Halloween party. It won't be on the day of Halloween. It's COVID. It's the internet. None of us can give each other candy, but we sure can have a good time. Hey, Kwa. And that's the plan. So let's do it. Let's get together. We'll post about it on the chain. We'll wrestle everybody up. Sorry, Snook, I broke the YouTube commenting because I'm a fucking douche of a DJ. And yeah, you know, so that's what's going to happen. Every Halloween, children die from eating candy. No. Show me a child that's died. And I don't mean show me a dead child. Jesus Christ, I'm going to get banned off everywhere on the internet. Don't show me a child that's died. But you know what? Find me some sort of source that says a child ate a razor blade because of a murder apple. Because I refuse to believe that happened. Or maybe it happened once in like the 60s. Because I refuse. So let's plan a Halloween party. Are you guys in? Tell me you're in. Let's plan a fucking Full Force Halloween. Shows her dead children. No, don't do that. No. Bad. Let's do that. We'll have a full force Halloween party. We'll wear costumes. We'll get multiple people on air. We'll all be on the live stream. We'll play like stupid, spooky Misfits. Every day is Halloween. Fucking, I don't know, Jack Skellington metal. It'll be great fun. Let's do it. Let's bring a little joy back to our COVID-y lives. And also murder apples. If you find one, show it to me because I refuse to believe murder apples are a thing. COVID apples. Hashtag COVID apples. I hardly think they exist. Yeah, awesome. Let's turn this fucker into a party. Bobbing for COVID. Mr. Meeseeks, wow, that actually sounds like a possible, like, party game. These are lies. These are all lies. All right, so friends, we were going to talk about some other... Snook's hoping for a razor blade apple so she can shave. Listen, it's COVID time. Ain't nobody shaving their legs right now. Big deal. We're going to have a slightly early Halloween party here on Full Force Radio. We're going to invite everyone. We're going to have a whole bunch of fun. It's going to be ridiculous. Let's do it. So, bobbing for COVID. COVID parties are a thing and they're terrible. Yeah, no, let's pass on that because sometimes I do weep for the human race in general. So we started off the show talking about this software that could potentially, change a streamer's face, and this shit that streamers were doing, the shit that streamers are doing for money. And I got a very, Arctic Gypsy's been wearing her winter jacket. Girl, it's fucking winter all the time up there. Like, you get 14 hours of bikini weather a year. Girl, I need to send you some alcohol. I'll keep you warm. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. Guys, holy shit. I just had a great idea. What if we found one of those murder mysteries? One of those old murder mysteries. Did you guys ever play those games? They had an audio track to go with them and everybody had a costume. Yes, Viking. Hey, Liz Fabian, have you guys ever seen those? My parents had one, and we used to play it every year, and the problem was, once you knew the story, you knew the story. What if we did a Full Force special? Maybe not even on Full Force night. What if we had a murder mystery party? What if I made a post about this? What if we got everybody on webcams? What if we found a way to do this over the internet? What if I fucking research my face off and we have a Full Force, full contact, well, it's not full contact, a Full Force Halloween murder mystery. Oh, it'd be so fun. And we should do it. We should make a live stream of it. We'll have a big party. It'll be ridiculous. I vote yes. This is it. This is happening. We're going to do it. 100%. And we're going to wear costumes. You're damn right, Snook. And we're going to figure out how many parts there are. I'm going to bully some of you into participating with me. It's going to be a whole thing. Nothing bad can happen. And by nothing bad can happen, I can mean you're all going to embarrass yourself for life. But it'll be with me, so it'll be fine. You know what? It's okay. Now, that was a tangent. Now everybody's in. This is what we're doing. A++. I'm going to research what kind of games to get. But here's the deal. We started off this show talking about how I got in the good old crim. Only if you play the bottle. Yeah, you like that, huh? My super... There, see? When I'm not under pressure, it's okay. I can't perform under pressure. I found this software and I got this delightful message saying, hey, I'll pay you to put a bag on your head. Now, as kinky as that is, this is a thing. And so here's the deal. I found this software. I found the fact that it actually, check this shit out. You can create your own AR filters. I am potentially willing to have myself compromised by AI recognition deep state because there are a ton of filters. Now, some of them are the shitty ones that you know from Snapchat, which I guess are the doggy tongue and whatever. But there's something called Lens Studio, and it's powered. It's basically meant to do body tracking. It's meant to do face and body tracking. Now, let's not get too deep down the terrifying lawnmower man rabbit hole tonight. Let's not do that. That's a very cyberbuzz topic. For FullForce Radio, this is potentially... I don't even know First Amendment, but that sounds torturous. This is potentially something that we could do. I could create a lens specifically meant to be used for FullForce Radio or even for cyberbuzz, and have a lens that maps to my face. Now, this could become really, really fun. This could be a disaster. And I have found out there lots of pre-made filters, but this is the first time I found some that you can make from scratch. So yeah, I agree, Julia. It looks like a lot to learn, but I'm willing to take this on because I feel like this could be a lot of fun. And given that some of you already want to pay to quite literally put a bag on my head, I mean, that's, you know, let's just go with it. Let's literally go with it. And also, if you guys don't think that I'm serious, there literally is a filter for this that has a bag. Just FYI. It was suggested. So with all that being said, I thought we could test some stuff tonight, because this led me down the rabbit hole of, if you don't suck as a DJ, which is a big if, what are the things you could do to please me? And these are very dangerous questions, friends. When you've been live streaming long enough, you will learn to fear and be titillated by these questions in equal measure. When somebody asks you, can you blank on stream? There's this moment of fear, and then contemplation, and then sort of this moment where your soul breaks down, and then you decide, okay, maybe. I'm sorry, Vash. I'll get on it. Corbin, yes, Belle Delphine, and then Belle Delphine. So here's the deal. You guys always tease me about Belle Delphine, but you guys know who we're talking about, right? Because this chick is a mercenary. Let's just look her up. Let's look up Belle Delphine on old Giphy here. She's this one. Now, here's the deal. I saw something the other day, because this chick is a mercenary. Like, 100% this chick is a mercenary. She will do anything for money. Now, that's not my jam. We know this. It's never going to happen. But I have to say, she is a fascinating case study into the world of insanity. Her and like Dr. Disrespect and these people who have crafted personas that are bigger than life, that will literally do anything for money. This seems crazy to me. Well, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the stuff that she does. She's the one that sold bathwater for a while. But I saw this earlier, and I thought, my God, this needs to go out there. Let me drop it in chat. Check this out. I saw this today. Someone is selling a PC. Someone is selling a PC that is cooled with her bathwater. I mean, allegedly. Maybe. That's the idea. Water-cooled PC full of Belle Delphine bathwater. I am not sure. Oh, yeah, some people have seen this already. Listen, for all my years of experience on the internet, so many things are still new to me. This is a viable thing that someone is selling. Look at this. A fucking PCB is covered in her face. The case has like 62 little like photos of her. She's like animated GIFs flashing around on the inside. This is... I'm... You know what? Sure, I'll wear a bag on my head. Let's do it. Oh, Lord, kids. Oh, God. I don't even know. Listen, the world is moving fast. That's all I gotta say. The world is moving real fast. All right. So here's the deal. Matt had asked earlier, you need to watch PewDiePie. I've tried. He's terrible. Snook, why do people like PewDiePie? And if any of you guys watching like PewDiePie, why do you like PewDiePie? I've tried. Do I not get it? Am I not smart enough? I'm okay. I'll accept if I'm not smart enough. But there's just something about him that seems completely insane. Insane's not the right word. I don't know. The guy's a nutbag. Maybe it's just me. I don't get it. But I'm also not funny. I don't make any money streaming. And I also am bad at it. So you know what? Like, this is not a slam on other streamers. We're going to have a murder mystery party. We're going to have fun. We're going to listen to a lot of music. And you guys are going to pretend that Crim entertains you, you know, for a couple hours every week. And secretly, you'll just think about PewDiePie while you mute me. Now, with all that being said, we were talking a little bit about popular tracks that are timeless. And Matt actually threw one into the ring that I thought we were going to put in tonight's playlist because it's a damn gooder. And it's Metallica. It's Metallica. The Unforgiven. So Matt, if you are listening, if you're out doing a walk, okay, you'll send me a video to watch and I'll change my mind. Okay, I have no real opinion about him as a person. I've just watched a bunch of his videos and they're not funny. And I mean, I don't hate him in a way that defines me. Every video of him I watch, I try, and I'm like, no, doesn't do it for me. So yes, send me your PewDiePie videos. Matt, that's how I'm going to advertise myself. You guys are going to be my test for my advertising lines. I'm not funny. I don't make any streaming, and I'm not very good at it. Come and hang out! And with that, let me play you the track. We'll start off with a little bit of Metallica here in the early show. We're going to play The Unforgiven, one of Matt's choices for timeless metal songs. I got lots of stuff tonight, including Insomnian, Mastodon, Lamb of God, and Sifrim. There's all sorts of good, fun stuff tonight, so stick around. This is FullForce Radio. My name is Crimson Clad. Metal, hard rock, irreverent talk, planning murder mysteries live on air. Listen, I'll do anything. Well, no, I'll wear a paper bag. That's what you get.
This fight he cannot win. I dub the unforgiven.
That song is so good. Hi to everybody just joining us. I saw Frankie jump in. I also saw Simon. Simon, this might be the first time here for you. I'm pretty sure you get some bumps for that. Hey, my name is Crimson Cloud. This is FullForce Radio on Thursday nights, Friday mornings, whatever time it is for you, where you are right now. I play metal. I play hard rock, usually mostly metal. Sometimes mostly irreverent talk, hopefully always entertaining. But hey, see this new lighting, I'm not loving it. But like I said, I've got a new camera on the way and I'm changing my overlay stuff. So we're checking it out. We're seeing what's going on. You know, we're attempting to not make things suck. But now all of a sudden the blacks are really black. If you're watching a video somewhere, which of course you should be, if you want. No pressure. If you want, let's just turn this off and see what happens. Oh, it's bad. We gotta turn it back on. Okay. So I'm gonna figure out how to make this slightly less fucking painful. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Oh, there. That's good. Don't move. Good? Ish. Listen. So, hey, if you've been watching along, you can check it out on mspwaves.com. You can watch a live on Vim TV. The Theta blockchain has a broadcast going on. And my Twitch channel, YouTube. Listen, there's lots of places you can hang out. Hey, Fox! Now, tonight we've been chat heavy because we're trying to plan a little bit. We're trying to plan maybe some Halloween plans, and knowing that COVID's gonna fuck a lot of shit up, we have been talking a little bit about the things that streamers do to make money, because I was suggested that I should take donations and allow you guys to fuck around with my stream. And that's sort of what has led us into where we're at tonight. Now, I asked earlier in the week, I said, hey, give me your examples of tracks that are classic, that are timeless. Tell me about the metal tracks that for you will never get old. And so that last one, that was Matt's contribution. And yeah, it's fucking good. It's good, kid. Wait, what's COVID? Who knows, Simon? Who knows? But in a corona world, here we are. Now, one thing that I've been noticing is that metal bands and, you know what, artists in general, they're struggling this year. Many of them have indeed, they've printed merchandise up front. They've planned for tours. There's lots going on. And one of the biggest problems is if you print all your merchandise for an entire tour run and then the tour gets canceled, what do you do with the merch? What do you do with the merchandise? And so this is a really hard thing. Now, Devastation on the Nation, I just picked up some tour shirts today because they're selling them for $10 a pop. So one thing that I definitely recommend is if you have money, and you may not, but if you have a little bit to spend, take a look at some of your favorite musical artists. Take a look at some of the bands you were hoping to see this year, some of the artists that you've been interested in. If you're not going to get a chance to see them, double check and see if they're not clearing out merchandise for real fucking cheap. It's one of the ways that roadies stay alive. It's one of the ways to hopefully continue supporting the venues that we love. But one thing that I noticed, yeah, 9 Inch Nails sold a bunch. Everybody's got some going on. And so, you know, this Devastation on the Nation, this was a huge tour that now is not going to be here. Now I'm biased. I think the giant, bloody, gory death metal shirt is super cool. It's not for everyone. But the reason that I bring this up is because one thing I've noticed is sales of masks and stuff are already starting to slow down. I was just looking at what are things that started getting sold during COVID or for COVID that are already hitting their shelf life. And one thing that I've noticed too, of course, is that the supply chain is mega fucked up. Is there stuff that you guys have been looking for that you have not been able to get because of the world situation? I'm curious. The reason that this came up is I saw an article today, and I think it's been shared a bunch of times since I saw it. I think I saw it today, maybe yesterday. But this article is making the rounds. I had heard earlier in the year that because of a lot of factory shutdowns in Asia, that there was going to be a condom shortage. And I thought, haha, that's funny. They'll figure it out. But today, did you guys see this news article? Today, they busted a creepy apartment full of people cleaning out condoms and repackaging them to make them new. Oh my God. Did you guys see this? I don't have a lot of words for you, friends. I don't have a lot of words. It's messed up. But, you know, this is the world that we live in. And I imagine that all these, like, promotional face masks and all of these sort of things that have been created in this COVID corona market, they've got a shelf life. People are already starting to get rid of them. And then we have the other end of the spectrum where we have items that we desperately need, where the supply chain is FUBAR. And ingenious people are working on solutions. Oof. Yeah, there you go. Used condoms being washed and repacked. Jesus Christ. Now, I have to ask, outside of condoms, it's pretty high up there on the list, what is something that you would never want to get secondhand? I have some answers to this question, but I'm curious to know, is there something that you would draw the line that you would never buy used? Q-tips, Corbin says. Whew, agreed. Holy shit. All right, while we're talking about this, because we're coming up to the end of the first hour, I'm going to play some more music for you. And I thought I would play something by Mastodon. Now, a lot of the time I play older Mastodon for you. I'm a big fan. You guys know that. You guys also know any excuse for me to play a booty fractal from from the mother lode, I will. But Mastodon just put out a new album you can never forget because it was on the 11th of September. Poor taste jokes. A menstrual cup. Ooh, agreed. Yeah. Menstrual cup. No, thank you. Thongs. Now, Mariano, I'm going to have to agree with you because I know in Japan, they have vending machines full of used thongs. That's like a thing. Like you can just straight up rip your panties off and sell them to someone on the internet. So, you know what? Maybe you draw the line there, but I am going to have to disagree. The internet says that that is absolutely a valuable commodity. I don't know how to feel about it, but the internet said it and the internet's never wrong. So yeah, Belle Delphine bathwater. You don't want it used. You only want like, what is that? First generation bathwater? You don't want second generation. So you mean you can't actually make, like, what if you were trying to create the ultimate streamer bitch water? What if you like got some Belle Delphine water and you put it in a bathtub and then you got some other sexy like OnlyFans lady to like dip her Twitter in it? I mean, could you do that? Could you make like a swamp water of thoughts? Could you do that? And would it be worth exponentially more? And if I bought a bunch of fake water and then also put my feet in it, would I get lots of money? Why do I make you wake up at night? I'm sorry, I can't help it. This is the only time that is ridiculously late for people in Europe and also often too early or too late for people in North America. I can't win. Every one of my time frames is terrible. Just get used to it. Fake water. Corbin, how dare you? I'm sure there's everybody selling fucking water on the internet is absolutely not a liar. Simon's gonna send me some boxers. Good. I suspect boxers may not go for as high a premium as thongs, but we won't know till we repackage it and sell it during this Corona world, right? We can't know until we attempt to become titans of industry. That's the real, true facts. So here's the deal. Let us continue. I said I was going to play some Mastodon for you guys. Now, I actually have a couple of tracks on tonight's playlist from the new Bill and Ted movie. And we talked about this briefly. Maybe it was last week, maybe it was the week before. We were talking about some of our favorite movies. We were talking about nostalgia. And we were talking about how the new Bill and Ted movie has actually been getting pretty good reviews for what it is. I don't expect it to be amazing. But there certainly is an air of nostalgia about it. And I absolutely remember watching Bill and Ted the first time and just, like between that and like Wayne's World, I had this sort of idea of what metal and what rock and roll and what being fucking awesome was all about. And that sticks with me. And so the idea that the new Bill and Ted doesn't suck is kind of cool. So one thing that came out this week was actually the soundtrack to the new... Yes, I love that mask, Mariano. And Matt Clark is saying that for the Aussies listening, that thongs are actually flip-flops. Wow. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, a vending machine full of worn flip-flops. You know what? I could still see that doing gangbusters in Japan. I'm not calling you out on being freaky, Japan, but Japan, you freaky. First Amendment, I remember this. The Underpants Gnomes. I remember this episode. Oh, boy. Okay, so now that we've addressed the elephant in the room, Japan. But... Here's the thing. Bill and Ted, the new soundtrack came out, and I thought, here's the deal. It's not going to be... There! Simon says his brother had his flip-flops stolen at the beach. Is it somebody who just didn't want to burn their feet, or is it a freaky foot person? You'll never fucking know, man. That guy, there could be somebody there just like... I don't know, eating with a flip-flop or something. I don't know. Listen, I don't judge, but at the same time, I do judge. And feet are weird. I have cute feet. But I must say, I like that my feet are this distance away from me. Like, this distance of my feet, my own feet, to my face, this is a comfortable distance. This is good. That's about the distance that I would always prefer feet be from my face. Just, it's a natural measurement. Jason. Oh no, patient zero. That is terrifying and accurate. Oh goodness. There is my face on Belle Delphine's water. Is that a jar of my bath water next to me there? Gosh, delightful some of the Photoshops that turn up here. Listen, we're going somewhere with this. Bill and Ted's soundtrack has come out, and I thought, they probably won't have too much heavy music. Even though Bill and Ted has always been about rock and roll and metal, there probably won't be that much heavy music. Well, I have to tell you, overall, some of it is kind of Yes, see, Simon agrees with me. Feet are a good distance. Butthole is on the opposite side from your face, opposite of your nose and mouth. Everything in its place and a place for everything. Totally makes sense. It's the, it's the divine sort of measurements, the golden ratios of nature and the human body. You put the stinky bits opposite the pieces that smell. You put, it makes sense, okay? It makes sense. The indoor and the outdoor, they're in separate places. It is what it is. But Japan, all bets are off. The Bill and Ted soundtrack actually has some pretty decent heavy music on it. And I'm actually going to share some of it tonight. Now, the reason I bring it up is I am going to be, playing you some Mastodon. I'm going to play you some Mastodon off the brand new album that I was mentioning earlier. I'm not going to play you some of the Mastodon from the Bill and Ted soundtrack, but Mastodon is on the Bill and Ted soundtrack. That's pretty fucking cool. I'm jazzed for that. That is a surprise. I'm excited. So I'm going to play you some brand new Mastodon. It's off an album called Medium Rarities. It came out on September 11th. And while the music on it isn't new, it's a new release of songs that you couldn't normally find around without either live tracks or one-off releases. They weren't released to stream. And so one of the tracks on here I know Ron loves. Beautiful. Yes. See? Look at the fractal in that butt. Dat butt fractal. That's probably going to be the name of tonight's show. Dat butt fractal. Hashtag COVID apples. Hashtag thongs are flip-flops. Everyone will know what tonight's show is about, and that will definitely be a very attractive title that will be very SEO friendly, obviously. Simon, are you on the Hive blockchain? We have a registration, and that's what allows you to post a GIF. If you've got a Hive account, we can get you all set up for registration. How do you like dem apples? That's right. Okay, so Julia's going to walk you through it. We're going to do some music. I'm going to play Mastodon off this track. Now, the track that I was mentioning that Ron loves a whole lot is actually is a track called "Cut You Up Like with a Linoleum Knife." That is an Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie soundtrack song. But that's not what I'm going to play for you. I am going to play a track called White Walker. And if that sounds familiar, that is because it is actually written about a Game of Thrones. Now, Game of Thrones obviously ended up disappointing a lot of people, but a ton of great music came out of it. And I did briefly actually think about putting together an entire FullForce Radio episode around George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones. There's a lot of songs that have been written about the extended universe for Game of Thrones. However, I couldn't resist. I'm going to play this one tonight. It starts off with some sort of beautiful acoustic parts and then moves into some kick-ass guitar solos. I'm gonna put this out for you. It is brand new to the streaming stable. It's called White Walker. It's a group called Mastodon. My name is Crimson Clad. This is FullForce Radio, and I'm here every time tonight, whatever time it is for you. Put it in your calendar. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on YouTube. Find Theta. Find fucking Vim TV. Wherever you may be, come hang out with me. I'm lonely, and I like you. And your feet. And your underpants. Can't even say that with a straight face.
We'll tell White Walker
there you go. So Mastodon, a track called White Walker, a super sick solo in there. I recognize not hard, not super heavy metal, but fucking good anyhow. Oh, Lord. So, hey, my name's Crimson Clad. We are going into the second hour. We're almost halfway through the show. I don't know how it happened. We started planning our sexy Halloween mystery party. That's like a South Park goth. I'm pretty sure that's like a Joy Division right there. The sad dance. That's like some, I don't know, love will tear us apart. You know, where you just kind of sadly flop around. But yeah. It's a great new album. If you're a Mastodon fan, I highly recommend checking it out. Lots of stuff that doesn't normally make the rounds on these streaming and download platforms, and some good for everyone. So let's continue on our little playlist tonight, and I was playing around. Oh, hey, eTorterX. I'm glad to see you. I hope things are well. You're like mostly upside down. You're kind of like upside down adjacent. But we've been having a lot of fun. We were talking a little bit about things that you wouldn't want to get secondhand, strange markets that have popped up around Corona, and the weird things that streamers do for money. And so this is something that I've been playing around with because, of course, somebody said, oh, you should take donations, you should let us put filters on you, you should do whatever. But then I was getting these sort of like actual questions like, hey, why don't you show follows on your stream? Why don't you have alerts for any of this stuff? Why? And I have absolutely no good answer to that question. None whatsoever. And so I was thinking, all right, well, what's the right way to handle that? So I've been playing around with it. So if any of you would be so kind, we're going to try and sort of touch on this tonight. We're going to test to see if we can get followers and subscriptions and that sort of thing. Chilling on the deck in a chalet. Yeah, life's rough. Are you on the South Island? Because I didn't make it to the South Island in my time in New Zealand, and it crushes me, but I was going to use this as an excuse to come back. So, that's on the list. Hopefully the world fucking isn't a disaster in the future. I know, Mr. D, they are trying to help me, and I thought we'll play along. So, what I'm going to do is for those of you who are watching on Twitch, if you're already subscribed, I'm going to ask, or not subscribed, pardon me, because I think subscribe, you have to give me money. That's dumb. But if you're already following me, I'm going to try during this next song to set it up. And we're going to test if we can make alerts show up on my stream when you follow. And if you can, then we will potentially choose the GIF and the sound effect and ridiculousness and, oh, Momo, look it. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Chalet, as a Canadian, chalet to me always means snow. But look at that. Fuck. I loved my time in New Zealand. Oh, the North Island was just a delight. It was absolutely wonderful. All right, so continuing on with our playlist tonight and continuing on with our ridiculous chit-chat, I'm going to attempt to do the Twitch stuff during this next song. But I was mentioning that there were tracks from Bill and Ted that I wanted to share with you. So Bill and Ted Face the Music is a new movie. Whatever. I was surprised to see Lamb of God on the playlist. And I thought, hot damn, that's a little harder than I would expect from traditional audiences. And I was looking down at the end, and the Wild Stallions are down at the bottom with Animals as leaders. Now, Animals as Leaders is another prog band, gent kind of band with, Tosin Abasi that I've played on this show before. I'm impressed. There are some big names on this sort of soundtrack that I'm pretty excited for. And I am indeed going to play you. Oh, there's a level up in chat. It's gonna be a gooder tonight. Look at this. Viking Adventure and Corbin fucking pairing up for the double. I was gonna say pairing up for the double team. Phrasing! But, you know what? Yeah. Hey, LP Faust, you arrived just in time for a shot. So here's the deal. We've been planning a COVID friend. We have been planning. We've been using the show to plan a corona-friendly Halloween party here. So Crimson Clad is going to be hosting a murder mystery party live on air with actors from around the ecosystem. Don't think any of you guys can get away with it. You're going to be part of it. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to drink and we're going to do murder mystery on air. And we've been talking about dumb streamer stuff. We've been talking about canceled concerts. Lots of things tonight. So I want to play this track, this Lamb of God track. I want to play it for you because it's off a mainstream major movie soundtrack. And I am surprised. Yeah, Julia, you've been wasting. You've been leveling up in other places recently, I have to say. Will there be curbside anal bleaching? No, because I think that means that we would be less than 2 meters apart. And before you got here, LP Faust, we were discussing how, in general, Julia's the best coder, too. I mean, she could actually code herself closer to a new level. But here's the deal. We were talking a little bit about how I am pretty comfortable with the distance between my face and my own feet. I'm also pretty comfortable with the fact that my nose is here and my butthole's back here. Like, it's all good. I'm happy with the ratios of my body. But I want to play you guys this Bill and Ted track because I'm shocked. It's not quite as hard as most Lamb of God. But this shit rips, kids. This rips. I'm impressed. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it out there to you guys. See what you think. It is a little more mainstream, but maybe that's not a bad thing here on FullForce Radio. Sometimes I put things in your ears that you don't like. But this shit slaps. So here you go. It's brand new Lamb of God. The track is called The Death of Us, which sounds like a perfect tie-in to a Crimson Clad hosted on-the-chain live stream murder mystery, complete with other participants all in costume for Halloween. Fuck, this is fun. Nobody steal my idea. The track is called The Death of Us. My name's Crim. This is FullForce Radio. Make sure you hang around because we're only at the halfway point, man. It's all downhill from here.
Hopeless, helpless, dying breath. Hopeless, helpless, dying breath. Hopeless, helpless, dying breath. Hopeless, helpless, dying breath. Betrayed electric winds that blow into the night. Relay the truth, the harbinger of hidden strife. And on the jungle's edge, I feel my anger start to rise. Await the cold of man, I thought I'd left behind to die. No more peace, inside a warring head. Sharp release, the shifting is a spread. So many questions, but the only answer's death. Mercy bows its battered head to take the
bitches. There you go, man. Some Lamb of God from the Bill and Ted soundtrack. That shit rips. Who saw that coming? Not me, but I'm impressed. I'm fucking impressed. Holy, holy, holy. We're going to be continuing on down the list tonight. I've got some timeless songs from people who have commented on the twat. There you go. It's valuable to interact with me outside in real life because, of course, there are perks. I might just play the music you want, when normally my answer is, fuck you, I play what I want. And it's true, I do. But I do like to please you every now and again. So, hey, we've been talking a little bit about a Halloween murder mystery. We've been talking a little bit about things that you don't want secondhand, but that the crazy COVID market may or may not be creating out there. And in the interim for that break, I attempted to add a set of alerts to the stream. Now, I don't know if they're working yet. I don't know what they look like. In general, they're right up there with that whole I'm terrible and I suck, get used to it sort of thing. But I did want to test this. I want to see if it's working. Can one of you guys I guess not subscribe. Subscribes and follows are different on Twitch. I don't understand Twitch. I'm a bad streamer. But if you are on the Twitch right now, if you're watching on Twitch and you're not following me, or you are following me, can you unfollow and then refollow She Is Crimson Clad? Now, this is only I literally just set this up right now. This was not working previously. This is only a just seconds ago thing. So let's just see if it works. Unfollow won't do anything, but a new follow, in theory, should trigger something on the stream. In theory. We'll see. If something pops up over my face, we'll know. Just unfollowed and refollowed. Absolutely nothing happened. Son of a biscuit. Okay, let's test one more thing, because I think I can trigger it from here. And there's nothing lamer than potentially triggering yourself, right? That's about as lame as it gets. So those of you who are watching, do you see this? And did you hear it? Did something happen? What was that? Did it come up over my face? Guys, did it work? Did you hear a thing? Okay, maybe, just maybe, you heard it and you saw it. Very cool. Okay, so potentially, I'm going to be like a real streamer. We'll have to decide what happens. What goes on the screen? What kind of music? What does it say? These are all things that somebody like important and responsible will do correctly, and I will work on in the future. But I just want to say, this is impressive. That being said, because I can't get any of you guys to follow me and to have it work, there's only so much use that it is, right? There's only so much it's used to. So I could really just say, here, what if we do this? I'm going to change the wording to say sucks big dicks, and then I'm going to send a test. So in theory, if you are watching the stream, you're going to see She Is Crimson Clad, sucks big dicks appear over my face if we do this correctly, because that is how a responsible and appropriate streamer would test. Did it work? One more time for those of you in the back. Okay, so, you know, no, maybe spectacular. And many of you have large pickles, notwithstanding. I'm just saying. So here we are. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on some integration so we can thank the person who wants to put a paper bag on my head for that. But we will continue. This is some real advanced shit here, people. Are you violating Twitch's strict terms of service? What are their terms of service? What are things that I can't say on stream? Because that's definitely a possibility. I don't know about sucking big dicks, but I mean, you know what? That is not that inappropriate. I mean, that could just be the truth. But let's try not to draw, let's not try to drive everyone away here. So let me change this back to, whoever you are, just full force followed. Let's change to that. We'll see. Maybe potentially one of you fuckers. Yeah, I know. I'm very professional. I know. We will see if one of you guys can actually trigger this thing by following on Twitch. Maybe someone can trigger it that isn't me. Maybe I'm going to have to be a loser and continually follow myself. But for now, yes, I can use the bot for YouTube too. You're right. I don't have YouTube set up yet. I don't have it hooked up yet via this. This is literally a 10 minutes before showtime test to have it say Crimson Clad sucks big dicks above their head. What if they follow during Cyberbuzz? Well, then there'll be a different alert box. And then it will say something different, Ron. Now, Qua is back. Qua came back just in time for big dicks because of course he did. We are attempting to generate... You got your voice chat fixed. Yay! Hey, Anarchist is here. Everybody's chiming in. The dicks done get 'em. My name is Crimson Clad. We have lots of things to still talk about. We're at the halfway point in the show. I got you guys for another hour and a half. And I'm still looking for, and Qua, if you want to come on air, you can absolutely chat. Anybody can come on air to chat, but Qua has never spoken to me in almost 4 years of entertaining him. He has never spoken to me. I want to put that out there. Judge him as you will, but I'm very sensitive. As you can tell by this show, I'm very sensitive. And when people are unkind to me, like they won't talk to me, it makes me sad. All right, so let's continue on. I've got more music for you. I thought, let's clean the slate. We're at the halfway point in the show. Let's have a little bit of fun. I want to play a band for you called 3 Inches of Blood. They're here out of Vancouver. They broke up a couple years ago, which is sad because they're great. And they do a bunch of dorky D&D theme metal. They came up last week, but I know of them because of the local scene. I want to play you a sort of, what do you want to call it? Like an 80s inspired sort of old school kind of track that's a little bit of fun called Metal Woman. I'm not saying there's anyone, as I primp and preen on screen if you're not watching the video, I'm not saying there's anyone it should remind you of. But I find this track to be a little bit nepotistic. Here you go. It's 3 Inches of Blood. My name is Crimson Clad. This is Full Force Radio. We're playing with new toys tonight. We're talking shit. We're talking about things you don't want to find in your murder apples and that you definitely don't want to get secondhand after a COVID season. Tell me what those things are. And please, we've already had menstrual cups and thongs, both the flip-flop and the butt crack kind. you go, 3 Inches of Blood. It's off an album called Long Live Heavy Metal. The track is called Metal Woman. What a ridiculous song. All right, now you're leaving. Have a great night. We haven't found anybody new to follow on Twitch, so we have no idea if the Twitch notification is working. It might not be. It's okay. Here, see, these are more reasons that I actually need to advertise the show. I have to make an attempt. It's coming. I've got a shirt on the way. So if this turns out good and I get it, Mariano, what? Viking Adventure made a whole new account to test it and it didn't fucking work. Oh my God. Why? Why? Look, here it is. What have we done? How come I suck? It's fine. It's fine. It says that it's there. It says that it's working. I don't know. I'm a disaster. I'll figure it out later. We'll discover what it takes, what it needs, unless I have to use Streamlabs OBS. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. Fuck. Oh, it says the trigger is a Twitch follow. I don't know. We'll have to do some testing later on. I'm sure there's probably something somewhere that makes sure there's no abusing it, which is ridiculous because everything on the internet is made for abuse. So over the course of the start of the show, we were talking about having a murder mystery party for Halloween here on FullForce Radio. We're going to get full costumes. We're going to have fun. People are going to participate. It's going to be a whole thing. I'm very excited. And we'll make a post. We'll have a whole bunch of plans for it. It'll be great. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about was I saw a trailer today. And, obviously 2020 has been super fucked up. We've already touched on the fact that 2020 is going to be fucked up. We know that. And so we're talking about this earlier because we've already dealt with the alien thing. 2020 has been so fucked up that we've literally already had mention of aliens and we didn't even care. We didn't even, the whole planet was just like, yeah, whatever, alien, sure, 2020. 2020. But I did see a trailer today, and I don't know if you guys have seen this. This was just making the rounds, and it's called The Phenomenon. And the idea is it's a bunch of interviews with people in basically high-up government positions who are pretty open about, fuck yeah, there are absolutely alien phenomena. A bunch of it's never been talked about, and you know what, it should be brought to light. Pretty fun, pretty frustrating. They hired me on for 20 an hour to do user experience optimization, amalgamating the site style into one cohesive unit. Oh yeah, you get yourself a good style sheet, and then all you got to do is just figure out all the elements and just attach them to the styles you need. You can do it. I have faith in you. That's basically what my job is, Clyde. That's basically what I do for a living. So I agree. Pretty fun, pretty frustrating, but you just get used to it. I quite like front-end work myself. I like a little bit of front-end work. So here's this phenomena, this movie. And if you watch this trailer, it basically talks about a bunch of information to do with aliens. And I see Julia's checking it out. But I mean, this is something that we've often mentioned, is that it is one of the greatest conceits in the universe. It's one of the greatest conceits in the universe to assume that there's nothing else out there, that we are the be-all, the be-all, end-all of intelligent life. That's really, really, really arrogant. But you know what else is really arrogant? To assume that if there are starfaring races, if there are aliens out there, that they give two shits about our shitty little ant planet. Also, Krim, you need to eat more burgers. You're losing weight. I'm not. I have actually, I'll say this live on stream. It's embarrassing. I have gained probably, look at this. Look how big I am. Okay, this is not a fish. I'm just saying. I'm quite a bit bigger than I used to be. I got a tire growing. I've gained probably 11 pounds in quarantine. I'm not boxing anymore. I could see all of my muscles are disappearing. I got bingo wings. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Skinny girl filter. No, I know. I'm not unhappy with it. I am just saying that I've always maintained a certain size. That's not a small size. It's okay. I don't mind that. I'm pleased with the size that I am. I'm comfortable with it. But bun in the oven, don't you put that evil on me, man. You can't. I'm fixed. But the reality is that they are certainly, my weight is distributing in ways that are not the way that I would love. Although, here we go. We were talking about filters at the start of the show. We were talking about how people want to pay to put a paper bag over my head with a filter. We talked about this briefly. You could actually, you could reshape yourself live on stream, right? This is a thing that you can actually do. I don't want to, but could we do this? Could there be an AR augmented reality filter that could like pump up my boobs and squish in my stomach and give me giant anime eye? This is a thing. This is a weird, fucked up thing that people can do, apparently. I had no idea. I think we've talked about this before. It's disastrous. It makes no sense. Hey, husband bank, he's back. Yeah, you can real-time face morph. You can wear avatars on your face. Now, I haven't figured out how yet. I actually dropped the software in chat, and I was gonna test some of it tonight. The abs diet. Well, listen, Viking Adventure, I know you've got a trainer. I'm not going to the gym right now. I'm not actually going to see my boxing coach. Things are rough right now, right? Things are pretty fucked up, and I have to keep an eye out for places that I could pick up COVID. And it's not really, I'm not worried about losing a ton of weight. It will come off the more time I spend outside. But right now, for me, a boxing gym is not a super, I'm being fat shamed right now. It's fine. I don't mind being a little chunkier. It is what I is. I've said this for many years, and this is fully, this is fully not a fish, but even if you don't like my looks to begin with, there is an 80% chance that if I get you alone and we start talking, I'm going to wear you down and you're going to like me. That's just a skill. That's just a skill of mine. Ask Scaredy Cat Guy. He thought I was a super uggo at first, but then he kind of liked me after we went drinking together. Not a good endorsement. But so in any case, let's continue on. We're not talking about whether or not I'm fat, okay? We're not talking about whether or not I'm losing weight. I like food. I continue to eat all the food. I'm not modifying my diet. Please have no concern. Now, here's the deal. We're actually talking about very important things. We're talking about aliens, guys. We're talking about aliens. Well, Julia, that's one thing too. As women, our bodies don't super want to have visible abs. I know there's lots of people who are on the internet. It's a classic. Hey, it's just my metabolism. It's just my makeup, Oh, genetics are against me. But in this case, it's true. I mean, realistically, my body's you're definitely going to have 67 children. You should hang on to all of that. All of that, right? That's just a thing. So the women who do bodybuild work so hard for it. And I mean, Julia is you guys think I'm thick in all the right ways. Julia's nice slender waist, big old tits, beautiful hips, beautiful girl. Embarrassing her live on air. But the reality is that's her shape. I agree. I don't think she'll ever have visible abs. She's just not going to be the type to get fucking ripped up and, tear a man's head off his neck and then just fucking shove it. It's just not going to happen. Unless she does some serious work. And the serious work in that case is just, they call it cutting, which is essentially you melt off every spare inch of fat you can to hopefully define your muscles. It is so much work, and I have mad respect for professional bodybuilders because holy shit, you would suffer. Yeah, hey, how do I say your name? Kenji, Angie, Kangi, Aggie? I don't know, you're cute. Hi. First Amendment says if he were to say what I just said about Julia, you'd be in trouble. But yeah, nothing but like fucking steamed broccoli and like a raw chicken breast. Fuck that shit. For real. Absolutely not. It's never gonna happen. I'm never gonna have abs. We're gonna continue drinking together ad infinitum. Okay? Okay. So coming back around to it, I'm not losing weight. Now, back on topic. Aliens. There's this trailer that's come out, and I wanted to ask you guys, how do you feel about it? Because 2020 has kind of swept a lot of things under. That was not a fake drink. It was a small drink. I am not going to take a full-size shot for not a level. It's not going to happen. I normally sip my whiskey. I will take shots on a level to make you guys happy, but no, I'm only taking little sips for myself. I am not giving you full shots if you guys don't fucking level up. Get it together. Aliens. I bring this up for a reason. I have a story, and we'll see if my mom's listening, and I'll get texts from my mom. So I'm going to play one more track, and I'm going to come back. But I want to know your guys' thoughts on aliens. I want to know what you guys think. I am curious. So in the chat, I could say that we probably have some idea of what Julia thinks, but the rest of you, have you had a UFO experience? Do you believe in aliens? Do you think 2020 is the year that they come the fuck down here and we're just like, yeah, whatever, because we are so over aliens? I am curious. I want to know. I'm going to play you guys another track because we have not played enough music tonight, and it's going to happen where we get to the end of the show and I am, cranking out as many tracks as I can. Let's try and keep this roll going. I want to play a track that's really short. I'm going to put it in here. It's by a group called Cult of the Sun. It's called Horror of Babylon. Read into that as you will. My name is Crimson Cloud. We got about an hour left in the show. This is FullForce Radio. I'm fucking up live on air because I can't figure out technology. We're going to put AR filters on my face. We're going to eat cheeseburgers live together. We're going to have a murder mystery. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. We're changing the topic to aliens. Check out this trailer during the break and see what you think. I want to know. Are aliens already here? Have they already probed us? What is happening? Fuck! 2020!
So
Sorry, a little bit of dead air. I forgot that track's just like, and it's over. Yeah, we did an entire episode. I see that the entire chat is talking about Geiger, however you say his name. He says Geiger. Which I didn't until I watched the documentary. We did an entire episode on it. We had a whole Full Force episode of aliens, and let me just see if I can find it. If you see I'm moving around on the camera, it's because my camera is blocking my list of my playlists here. But the problem is we named a bunch of the episodes really stupidly, and so trying to find it again, I'm going back through the old playlists. Casually racist karaoke, hashtag spunk, spookin' dootin' metalween. Is this FFR or Clown World? The Ghost of Greta's Tickled Taint. That was apparently episode 94. It was called The Ghost of Greta's Tickled Taint. We were back around the Halloween last year in preparation for Slutty Nuts. Episode 92. So it turns out Peter Stormare is not a dead baby. My God, these are amazing. Where the hell? Laying pipe, lots of screaming, hashtag belly balls, hashtag tell me about your beard. I don't even remember what these episodes were about, but these names are amazing. So I'm going to look and find, I'm going to try and find the Giger episode and see if I can share it with you guys, because these are amazing and I'm sure it was a great episode. So I'm going to look for, I'm going to look for it and see if I can find it. Christmas caroling. Was it after last Christmas? My God, we have so many episodes. My Lord. All right, I'll look later because I'm sure it's around, but I won't be able to find it right now. So anyways, tonight is hashtag COVID apples. We were talking about aliens. So here's the deal. There's this trailer for a movie that's come out, and it is basically interviews with a ton of high up government figures who are now, for one reason or another, no longer required to sort of have a moratorium on speech about what they learned about aliens. And so I think this is fascinating because it would be shocking to assume there aren't aliens out there. The universe and the infinite universes beyond is huge. There is absolutely no way that there isn't a star-faring race. Now, here's the deal. I am absolutely, deathly terrified of the idea of aliens. And let me elaborate on this, because in general, like the movie Alien, fucking love it. That whole series, amazing. I love the idea of us moving beyond the stars. I'm a huge science fiction nerd. You guys have learned this over the course of the show. But when it comes to these, the grays, when it comes to the idea of abductions and things like that, I will tell you, I am terrified. Now, this is not a new thing. I can tell you exactly where this came from, and I can tell you I'll probably get a text if my mom is listening to the show. When I was young, my parents loved to listen to Art Bell, and this was back in the day when Coast to Coast AM was still Art Bell. Coast to Coast AM, it wasn't George Norrie yet, but so Coast to Coast AM, we would go out, we would go to events, and my parents would, on the way home, we would listen to Coast AM in the car. Now, here's the deal. They would put us in the back seat, my sister and I, and we were quite young, and there'd be a long drive home. Like, my aunt and uncle lived usually about an hour away. Lots of things like this, where we'd stay till what for me seemed very late, like midnight. Oh my gosh. And so what my parents would do is they would turn the volume down, and in their mind, to keep it quiet, they would move the speakers to the back of the minivan. So I grew up from a very young age listening to Coast AM. Now, if you remember Coast AM with Art Bell, he used to often do crossovers with another show called Dreamland. And so I was very young, and whispering in my ear were these stories of people. Because if you go back, it wasn't just paranormal. And especially the early days of Coast AM, it was ghost stories and alien stories for the most part. But they were often malicious, evil, dark, frightening. And as a young kid of like whatever the fuck age I was, which was quite young, what I was told as I was laying there huddled in the back seat, desperately trying to sleep on my way home, was a mellow voice in my ear telling me about the shadow people, or the aliens that would come at night and they would wait in the darkness and they would freeze me so I could not move, and they would perform unspeakable, horrifying, like debilitatingly, excruciatingly painful, sadistic things to my body. And then they would wipe my mind and they would come again the next night. And so my parents could never understand why I was so terrified of aliens when I was a kid. And my mom always teases it. She brings it up at parties and things. She'll be like, oh, Krim, she didn't like to say the A word when, I was like 6 or 7 years old. Well, no, because in my mind, there was this fertile child's imagination that was hearing the fact that they could have come last night. They could have hurt me. They could have spent all night torturing me, and then they could have erased my memory, and I wouldn't even know. And I remember for the longest time, every night when the lights went out and my door to my room closed, I spent an hour or so before bed in this worked up, agitated state where I was afraid that the aliens were going to come any second, but also terrified that they had already come and done something to me. And I lived for like a couple of years in this terrified state that constantly I was either just harmed or would be harmed in seconds. I was always on the cusp of being like irreparably mentally and physically damaged by aliens. And I blame Coast to Coast AM. So this is very hilarious to me now. I think it's quite funny. But growing up, it was horrible. And so as I've gotten older, of course, yeah, exactly. Here are the Borg, man. I don't know. But so this is sort of growing up, this was my take on aliens. This was my thought about aliens, is I'd only listen to Coast AM. And for every 1 or 2 stories that he had about a benevolent visitor or episodes of Lost Time, every other episode was about they're going to cut you open, they're going to rip and tear your skin, they're going to freeze you in the night, and you're going to be, stalked by these evil shadow people. Like, it was a lot for a little kid to carry. It was a lot. And yeah, First Amendment. That very first episode of South Park, when the alien looks in the window and it's skittering around Cartman's room. If you guys don't know what that's from a movie called Communion. And I've never watched it. It's been spoofed a bajillion times, but we've been talking about this in this show. We've been talking about movies that you need to watch. Communion is often up there as one of them, and it stars Christopher Walken, and it's basically about a man and his family. They go out into the woods, into a family cabin, and over the time they're at this cabin, aliens continue to visit him, and his family doesn't know, but they think he's going crazy. Yes, exactly. Julia. And it's very famous. It's super, super famous because it's got some real classic, like these little like aliens peeking out of the closet and up through the window. And honestly, it's quite terrifying because of the simplicity of it. But if you look into the backstory behind Communion, this was written by a man who believes that all of these experiences happened to him. And I always, growing up, as I got older, I'm like, haha, I'm not super scared of aliens anymore. But I will never watch that movie. And just recently, I started doing some research on it. And wouldn't you fucking know it? The guy that wrote that movie Communion, that that biographical movie about his alien experiences, that fucker is the guy on Dreamland who talked to fucking Art Bell for years about aliens. Communion was a book. Yes, it was a book before it was a movie, but the movie itself is famous. The reason I bring the movie up is because of the South Park gif up there. And so here's the deal. Communion, before it was even a book, Communion was this guy's life story. But it doesn't matter. This guy used to stay up all night and talk to Art Bell. He conditioned me to be scared of his fucking movie before I ever saw it. I never knew. I just knew I would never watch this movie. And I know now I'll never watch this movie. And finally, because I'm scared of aliens. And then I looked it up, and this is the fucking guy who was telling Art Bell about all these terrifying alien experiences that made me too scared to watch the movie. Like 20 years later, or like 30 years later, I've discovered 30 years later, I've discovered this guy's programming is so strong that his just recounting his stories has made it impossible for me to watch the movie version. I had no idea the link. But so anyways, I bring this up because there absolutely has to be other life out there. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, aliens. Depending on the species, you're either food or research. 100%. So here's the deal. As I've gotten older, I love the idea of all sorts of alien movies. I love sci-fi. I love this sort of thing. But terrifying. So I'm curious to know, what do you feel? Have you ever seen a UFO? Are you excited about the idea of aliens? Are you scared of the idea of aliens? Did you watch that trailer and do you think, yeah, obviously the government is 100% covering up contact with life from another universe, another planet, another phenomenon? What do you think? I'm curious to know. I want to know. Kwa says there's alien activity in your pants right now. Now, Kwa, you know that the definition of alien means not from Earth. So if there's alien activity in your pants, you're trying to tell me that you're wearing your space pants because your booty is out of this world. Let's play some music and come back to this. Oh, Lord. Okay. So tell me about your alien stuff. If anybody wants to come on air, you can do that. But I'm just curious to know how you guys feel about it because I've been very open about how I feel about it. Now, I want to play you a track. I've got about an hour left. I'm going to have to skip some music again tonight. Goddamn. I'm going to play you guys something that's a little bit sort of like metalcore. I'm going to play a band called K-Mac 2021. And it's a track called Butterfly. It is a little bit like nu metal, metalcore. It's got some really clean vocals. It's got a little bit of growling. It's a nice mix to kind of push us into some of the more classic music towards the end of the night. I do have a couple of growly tracks and a couple of sing-along tracks, so we'll see how far we get. My name is Crimson Clad. Tonight's been all over the place. I guess we're going to have to, I don't even know what we're going to call tonight. Something like, I don't know. We've got hashtag COVID apples. We probably are going to have to put something about aliens, and we're going to have to name the show. So it's all coming together, folks. I think I'm going to call it Put a Bag on Your Head, hashtag COVID apples, hashtag something to do with aliens. Think of an alien hashtag during this. If you haven't watched that trailer that I dropped in the chat, do that. Tell me your alien stories. We got about an hour left here on Full Force Radio. It's okay if you're scared of them. I've already admitted that I have. My phone is also buzzing, which means my mom is texting.
want to set me
There you go. A track called Butterfly, a little bit genty, a little bit proggy, partially a little light, but there's a bit of an edge in there with some unclean singing. Hey to everybody who's just joining us. I saw Johnny, I thought, had hopped in there. Hi if you're joining. Bye if you're leaving. Fuck you if you were never here. My name is Gibson Cloud. This is FullForce Radio. Tonight has been a mixed bag. We were talking a little bit about changes to Halloween plans for a live on air to party here with me, and, just kind of a mixed bag of stuff that COVID's fucked up and all sorts of things. La-di-da-di-doodle. Don't do that. There will be more of them. More of what? What will there be more of? So the reality is, what is happening? The Joe Hall files. Oh, nice. Encrypted broker. Very nice. Good stuff. So here's the deal. I don't even want to think about witness stuff. I'll come back to it later. That's a cyberbuzz topic. No witness stuff here tonight. So here's the deal. We were talking a little bit about alien stuff, and I was just telling you guys about my alien story. Yeah, Clyde, you want to take my spot in the top 20? It's a dump, and people treat me like shit, and I don't like it. And I actually found, Anon Ramblings, I keep forgetting it exists, and I found a bunch of, complaints about Follow BTC News in Anon Ramblings, which is fine, but then it was like, oh, why is Krim on the team? She should only have her own witness. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then somebody else is arguing with them and saying, and I don't know, it's ridiculous. There's some serious toxicity going on in the Slack. I know, Clyde, you always talk like nobody knows what's happening in the Slack, but nobody uses the Slack. The only reason people go to the Slack is specifically just to yell at each other somewhere that isn't the chain. That's literally the only reason the Slack exists. Not one person actually uses it for anything, which makes me laugh so hard. And then I find out that the Slack everybody's talking about that I've left, and I got a bunch of panic DMs from people saying, how could you have left, Krim? What's wrong with you? Bleh, you abandoned us. Oh, you're awful. And I'm just like, what is happening? What is happening? Get it together. So it's on me. I know I have improvements to make. I'm sorry. So I'll get there. But yeah, my witness is shitty unvoted, I guess. But look yes, I agree. Jason, I keep trying to come back around to what Jason is talking about. Jason has UFO experiences. Jason, do you want to come on air and talk about it? Because you're welcome to do so. I totally recognize that there are places on Earth where things happen more frequently than others, and there are unexplained phenomena. And so, yeah, I mean, there's a gamut of opinions in chat. Some people are saying, hey, you know what? The government could not possibly keep this covered up. The government sucks at covering things up. And then there are other people who are like, yep, absolutely, I believe it. It's very clearly happening. I have never had like an alien experience, but I have 100% seen some weird lights. That's definitely happened. And in fact, I remember the Phoenix lights when they happened. Whatever that was. I'm trying to think here. 96? Was that 96? I remember the Phoenix lights very clearly as a kid. Elizabeth Bank is saying the government is the one doing the abductions. Yeah, amen. That's the truth. But actually, not that long ago, I called my mom because I was looking out my window right here in my office, and I saw what I thought was a drone flying nearby. Because if you see drones while they're flying, they have lights on each of the propellers, right? Like they have like front, back, side, and it's how you can keep track of which direction the drone is going in, and also so you can see it. And I thought that was a little weird because you don't see them flying around much. But as I looked, I could see them in formation all over the city. And I thought, well, that's fucking weird. That's not allowed. That's not a thing that you're supposed to do. And, oh, this is amazing. Julia says, Vash filmed a metallic balloon floating into the sky for a video one time. And so I guess Vash let the balloon go and filmed it for his own work. And apparently some guy posted a UFO sighting in Montreal a week later, and we were pretty sure that it was a balloon. Look at you. You guys scared some poor guy shitless. Well done. But yeah, so that is very strange. And so I ended up seeing, like, as I was watching the sky, I was seeing more and more of these things, and they were all just hovering completely still, and occasionally a couple would switch positions. And so in my mind, it looked a lot like what you see now with like the organized drone shows. You know, when you see lots of drones moving around in formation. This happens fairly often. We use them to do light shows in the sky now. But over a no-fly zone, I live right by an airport, and one of the bonuses to living by this airport is it's a small municipal airport, which means none of my buildings can be very tall because there's a flight path. But none of the planes are very big, so they're not very loud. So I've a lot of open sky looking over at the mountains and then looking over across the water to more of the city. I could see dozens of them. And the further that I looked and the more that I focused, I could see them all over the sky. And I thought, what the fuck? How come nobody's outside like freaking out about this? So I called my mom on the phone and I said, hey, can you see these? And so she went out to their roof, and sure enough, she could see them as well. Now, she's nowhere near me. She lives about 20 minutes away. She could also see them. And we searched and we searched and we went on the internet and we called and we were trying to get more people who had seen these things. Can you have a mass hallucination with only two people if two people are completely on separate sides of, an area? I don't know. So bizarre. Now, First Amendment is dropping some links in the chat for the Colorado folks. Now, LP isn't listening, but he might know. So, I mean, is this a thing? And do we think these drones are actually UFOs? Is this more government conspiracy talk? What is this shit? But for me, I've never yet, that I know of, encountered an alien. But I just thought, this trailer that I posted in chat, and I think, let's see, is this it? Let's try this. There we go. This is interesting. I am fascinated by this idea. And when this comes out, I am going to watch it because I think, if nothing else, it ought to be fairly entertaining. There's going to be something there that's kind of fascinating. Viking Adventurer says, influential suggestion is a thing. You can now feel your tongue. Yeah, I do. So thanks for that. But the reality is 100%. I could see these things. Nobody suggested to me that these things were there. They were very clearly there. And the same thing, my mom has video on her phone from a completely different angle, completely different formations. They were very clearly there. So that's strange. That's very strange. And nobody else Nobody said a damn word. How is this possible? I don't fucking know. Anyways, if you have a good alien story, let us know. Let us know, because I'm curious. There you go. Super clear footage of UFO in Quebec caught on camera. Oh my God, Julia, that is so clearly a metallic silver balloon. Oh my goodness. Julia truly is queen of the aliens. All right, we've only got about 40 minutes left in the show. I want to play you guys a little bit more music. We've been all over the place tonight. I've been playing some proggy stuff. I played stuff off the new Bill and Ted soundtrack. I've been playing you things from canceled concerts like Devastation Across the Nation, some brand new Mastodon. It's been a great night. I want to continue down this road, and I want to play something that I haven't played for a while, but it's one of my favorite sort of like sing-along, get up and go, fucking and fighting kind of tracks. And it's by a band called Ensiferum. Now, I don't think I have my patches in here, but Ensiferum are an awesome sort of folk metal, like kind of melodic death metal. They're fun. They do a lot of sort of Viking-y inspired stuff, but I want to play you a track called Treacherous Gods, and I haven't been able to play this for you guys for quite a while, so I'm going to sneak it in tonight. We're going to cleanse the palate with it. I've got quite a few other tracks that I want to play tonight. We'll see how many we can fit in. We've been talking about weird Halloween sort of like plans, given that we're in a world where they're going to tell us that all of the apples are full of COVID and that everybody has to wear a mask under their mask so you can wear a mask while you're masking. And everything else that comes with this bizarro fucking world that we live in. We're talking a little bit about aliens, about streaming tools, all sorts of nonsense. It's been a very unhinged, disjointed show. Hopefully you've been having some fun. I got lots more music to put in your ears. Marco has hit his bedtime. My God, you are a beast, sir. Have a good night. And with that, I'm going to play you guys some Ensiferum. We will continue on for the last half hour of Full Force Radio. little bit of Instagram. There you go. All right, so I still haven't figured out why these alerts don't work. I'm thinking there's probably something that I don't have enabled. I will figure it out for next week. I will fix the chat. Clay has finally decided to join us. So what can I say? Lots of fun stuff. There's Andrew WK looking insane. It's been a fun night. We've been talking about all sorts of shit. We got big plans for Halloween. We've been having a lot of fun. I don't know if we're going to make it to Nea Obliviscaris. I mean, there's a reason I always wear a shirt that was some Buck Nelson metal. Clay was tagged with the word thick. Well, you would have known about the thickness. You would have been down with the thickness if you were here earlier. But it was because Clay says I'm getting too small, and he says I need to just scrape the server's response from the API. Yeah, but the reality is Clay, that's really, really hard to do on the fly. And the way that the integration works, they do have a dashboard. I do have it. You missed this earlier. I can actually trigger it. So I know that the API is working. See? I know that it's there. I know that it's working. It's just for whatever reason, somebody actually doing this from the Twitch interface, it doesn't work. I can trigger it. I can see the connection between the API and OBS, as you can see. And you actually missed it because earlier I made that notification say Crimson Clad sucks big dicks in giant letters, and I had that arrange over my face, which was delightful. But the reality is while I'm live on air, I really can't troubleshoot this stuff. I can't sit down and actually push through the code and take a good look, and I can't also go on to Twitch with an alternate account and yada yada yada. Don't have time. Trying to make an entertaining show. Whether or not I'm actually doing a good job of that, that's neither here nor there, nor is it a question that I'm asking you. All right, so I have played a bunch of good metal for you tonight. We've been all over the place. We've been playing new and old and up and down and back and forth and inside out and sideways. I do want to play some Insomnium. Now, there's a couple reasons why. One is, as of today, the album Winter's Gate is 4 years old. Time flies. It's an awesome album. But also, I don't know about you guys, but here where I live in Vancouver, which is a very mild little place, the weather is starting to turn. It's not cold and it won't get cold. We usually stay like summery into the first couple weeks of October. But today, for the first time in quite a while, we got some serious rain. Quite a bit of downpour, a little bit of a chill wind. You know what? Honestly, all the stuff that I love about the fall started a little bit today. So whether we like it or not, Winter's Gate is opening. It is coming for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere anyways. And I just thought, you know what? This whole album is so fucking good. It's so amazing. Everybody wants to clone me. A, big mistake. B, that's a topic for another Coffee and Philosophy or maybe a Clown World. First Amendment saying cloning has a poor success rate. I mean, this is something that an argument that applies to a lot of things. Is cloning simply about genetics? Are we only a sum of our parts? Or is nurture and nature, are they equal? If you try to create a human that doesn't have the same experiences from start to finish in terms of the amount of time given to develop into a person, could you actually clone an identical human? Some things, not so much. Julia, oh my God, I saw that earlier when you posted it. It's so true. I will go out of my way. I will cross the street to step on a crunchy leaf. I 100% will. Hey, Angelica, I would cross the street just to step on a leaf and hear it go crunch. Oh, or when you're like riding your bike and you're swerving around like a fucking idiot because you just want to hit as many leaves as possible. Ooh, it's good. It's so good. It's good. It's one of my favorite things. I love the fall. Everything about the fall is amazing. So Clay is saying that we just need to upload me to the metaverse. Yeah, and on Cyberbuzz on Saturday, we're going to talk about some AR. and VR experiences. We're going to talk about that sort of thing. And yeah, genetics have memory. That's some Assassin's Creed kind of stuff. But truthfully, this is a topic that kind of ties into aliens too, is the idea that our DNA, the building blocks of who we are, carry memories inside our DNA. Could you actually clone a me that would remember all of my experiences, my fears, my loves? Maybe it won't. Maybe the soup won't create this, but something close. Johnny says the season of the witch is upon us. Yes, and Johnny, right before you arrived, I was playing a track called The Whore of Babylon by a group called Cult of the Sun. And that is exactly what the track is about. The fall, the fall of the fall, the fall of autumn, the cusp of a winter, and the rise of the witch of the morning star, that is. So yeah, great tracks tonight. Lots of fun. Halloween is coming. It's my favorite thing. If you've seen my avatar here in Discord, it's from my last year's spooky sort of outfit. I'm excited to wear a Halloween outfit on air. And yes, I'm excited to host a murder mystery live on air with some of you guys this year. So that's excited. But let's continue with some music. I do want to play some more. I want to play you this Insomnium track. I don't know how many more pieces of music we will get into the thing tonight. Looking at almost a half an hour. We'll see. I'm gonna see if I could play around a little bit more or do some troubleshooting on these overlay things, and I might even test out one filter before we go. Like maybe, just maybe, I'll test out one of these face filters before we're done today. But I'm gonna play this track from Winter's Gate. It is a start to finish, play it from start to end, mostly instrumental album. It's a fabulous, fabulous sort of offering by Insomnium. And the last time that they toured, which was, I guess, 2019, they played Winter's Gate from start to finish in its entirety. It was awesome. It was so good. I've played two different parts for you here on FullForce Radio. I'm going to play you part 2 tonight. And I haven't played this before. So if you're not an Insomnium fan, we'll see what you guys think of this. It is a fucking gooder. This is one of my favorite Melodeath bands and one of my favorite bands in the world. My name is Crimson Clad. This is FullForce Radio here Thursday night, Friday morning, wherever you are in the space-time continuum, whatever time you got abducted by the aliens and whatever they've put in your butt, my show will be here for you. pause here because all of these tracks just lead into the next one, and there's no nice way to cut this off. So... Hey guys, welcome back. It's FullForce Radio. We're in the last 15 minutes of the show. How did this happen? Oh, yeah, Apocalyptica is also great. So yeah, great recommendations coming in. Yeah, just fade the song out. I know, but it's more work, Cly, especially when I plan to play more music later tonight. So for me to kind of like down the volume and then up the volume. I know, worst DJ ever. I'm terrible. I recognize it. I understand. I made a GIF for you. I showed you my GIF. Answer me. Listen, I'm trying. I am trying. I'm actively taking suggestions on board, even if the suggestions are, hey, Krim, put a bag on your head. I'll pay you. I am working on integrating more tools. I am trying to get back to putting together better research shows. Last week was so fun. We did the D&D Dungeons. What was it? The D&D Dungeons and Drinking dorks and something, or my bra size. I don't know. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. We did the D&D and Warhammer episode last week. If you weren't here, we actually talked about that time that Games Workshop had their own metal label and released a track called Noise Marines. It was so fun. We talked about Warhammer and Dungeons and Dragons all nights. It was nothing but nerds. But yes, Darcigo, you say you have a post for this. Fuck yeah. Drop it in chat. Also, thank you for your message earlier today, Mr. D. I opened it. I was going to answer you, and then I opened another DM, and then boom, that was the end. I always forget. So let's just throw this out here really early. If you DM me and I don't DM you back, I'm an idiot. It's very likely that I opened your DM, started to write a response, and then got pulled into another task. The notification alert went away. It got marked as red, and then I forgot. It sucks. It's really hard. Johnny says, oh, you're too... Oh, thank you. Well, here's the deal. Apparently, there's a filter, and here's Lacey showing up at the end of the show. Also, this is amazing, and I love this GIF, or this image, so high five. But here's Lacey showing up super late. After last week, I did the nerdy fucking Warhammer D&D episode, and you weren't here. And then, of course, this week, now it's almost over. But you've arrived. You're here. It's better late than never. I love to have you. So, here's the deal. I'm actively taking your suggestions on board. I am working really hard to be less shitty. I am trying. What's the status on the titty shirts? Ron, if you were listening earlier in the show, you would know, but you were fake newsing. No problem. I have one that's actually on order. I'm waiting for it to arrive. If it turns out great, the next one is getting sent to Mariano. And from there on out, they will just go live in a merch shop. I do want to get one first. I want to make sure they're not complete trash. I really, really, really... would prefer that anything that goes out to not have a huge profit margin for me and not be crappy for you guys. That's the flip. And I heard you're working the morning shifts from now on. That's very exciting. We were just talking about how Halloween this year is going to be very fucking weird. And I love Halloween. Hey, Stace! I love Halloween. And if you look, my avatar is last year's Halloween, which was, of course, my spooky stuff, and then, of course, my giant black eyeballs, which are my favorite part of Halloween. I have an actual costume this year, so I would like to have a pre-Halloween jam. I would like to wear a spooky costume. We would do our regular trick-or-treat Halloween kind of show. But also, this year, I am planning live on air. We've decided at the start of the show, and I'm going to do a vote with you guys over the coming week. We are going to host a live multi-camera live stream murder mystery party, complete with some of you guys as actors, potentially costumes. It'll be great fun. We'll stream it live. What's the worst that could happen other than everything goes horribly wrong? But the idea is there, so I'm going to work on that too. Now, looking at how much time we have left in the show, not a whole lot, my friends, which super de-duper sucks. I'm not going to get to finish up with all of the tracks that I was planning to put into tonight's playlist. But that being said, the show must go on. Let me just take a quick peek. I have 2 tracks for the night left. And one of them is quite long. I'm going to pick the longer one. It's a great... Listen, Lacey's butthole is out there somewhere, but you gotta pay for the good stuff, all right? I'm just saying. Either that, or at the very least, you need to appreciate everything about her. Because if you're going to be sassy, she ain't going to give you nothing. Now, here's the deal. Well, if you're not the right kind of sassy. Appreciate a fine lady, children. All right, so let's continue. I am going to play you one last track that I can fit in, and it's by a band called Malua. Now, these guys are new. I discovered them while trucking around. I subscribe to a bunch of metal publications. I have a bunch of friends who work in the industry. And I'm always, always, always excited to find new bands, new releases. And for many of you guys, you know that I have been on a real like psychedelic stoner metal kind of kick. Now, as somebody who really started off with death metal and black metal, moving into melodeath, doing a lot of atmospheric, you know, my tastes, while I still enjoy the classics, my tastes have always changed. And 2019 for me especially, lots of fabulous psychedelic albums. And if you were here for my 2019 best album of the year choices, Villagers of Yanina City, Green Lung, there were a bunch, Wheel, what was it? Zerfall was another one. A bunch of bands that do some really great sort of fuzzy stoner doom psychedelic death metal. And I found this new band called Malua. They're out of Finland. And they play something that is a little bit like that stoner rock, that psychedelic rock, a little bit melodeath, but also a little just bit more rock and roll. And from a Finnish band, it's not actually what you'd expect right off the bat. I'm going to play you a track called Waves. I have listened to it a couple times now. I've listened to the album start to finish. I really like it. It's a brand new offering out of Finland. It's sung in English, don't worry. But the imagery from the album is really beautiful. And given that we are in a weird time where being outdoors is our only comfort, especially right now, this track hit me pretty hard. I hope you guys like it. It's brand new metal. I'll be back to say goodbye before the end of the show. My name is Crimson Clad. This is Full Force Radio. Also, the album on this, check out the video overlay when I switch over. The album cover is super cool. Very psychedelic. The alien artists in here would love it. I guess I forgot to just talk. All right, keeping an eye on the time, my friends. I'm probably going to get cut off, but hey, it's all right. Thank you for coming to hang out with me tonight. We had a lot of fun. If you're going to be on the other streams, you'll hear me say goodbye properly. But for you here on Discord and on MSP Waves, my name is Crimson Clad, and I am done. And for the rest of you, big goodbyes. I hope you had so much fun tonight. What a ridiculous show that was. I've got lots to work out, lots of kinks. I promise I won't always wear a bag on my head unless you want me to. But hey, listen, lots of things to come, lots of exciting things on the dockets for shows in the future. My name is Crimson Clad. Oof. Unpin my giant round head. I will see you guys on Saturday for Cyberbuzz. Otherwise, my DMs are open. Let me know whatever you want, and we'll see if we can make it happen. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.